Hi, I'm Graham. Welcome back to Man vs Film, and this is all about Indicator. I've got three titles to show you. One that I got a little while back, but I don't know if I actually showed you guys, and that is Happy Birthday to Me. One of the rare kind of slasher movies in the Indicator collection, and a movie that I really wanted to check out at some point. I hadn't heard a thing about it, and I found a fantastic slasher movie. I thought it was really well directed, gave me some really nice inventive kills throughout the movie. It gave me a character in Virginia that I could really get attached to, which is one of the things that slasher movies don't do greatly. You know, they don't give you a character to really latch onto, which they should do, because the protagonist, the final girl, you want to be engaged by that character and see them escape the situation. When you don't care about them, it becomes a bit of a slog. This is one that I really did enjoy. It gets absolutely crazy in the final 10-15 minutes, which I still don't know how I feel about that. Everything up to there was pretty amazing in my eyes. Also picked up William Castle at Columbia Volume 1. This is another box set. Now, I've said before, I absolutely adore the Indicator box sets. They are no-brainers. They're things I'm always going to pick up, even when it's something I've never heard before, like Bud Bodicker in the Randolph Scott Tall Tale set. That was amazing. Those 5 movies were just fantastic. You know, I've also got the Samuel Fuller at Columbia to check out at some point. And it's another one that I can't wait to delve into. I'm currently working my way through Hammer Volume 3 at the moment, so we'll get to them soon enough. But this set contains The Tingler, 13 Ghosts, Homicidal, and Mr. Sardonicus. Now, I've heard of The Tingler, I've heard of 13 Ghosts. William Castle is one of these directors that used to put gimmicks in the theatre. You know, the 13 Ghosts had, you know, the kind of like glasses with the red and green, or the red and blue tint, and you could see ghosts appear that were hidden from just general sight within the film. So they had gimmicks like that. Or The Tingler, where they would have like electric bits in some seats to give people a little jolt, to make them scream, to enjoy the movie a little bit more, trying to create that 4DX type experience that people don't really want anymore, to be fair, but it was novel at the time. William Castle's got, you know, a great kind of respect about him for trying to four-wall these movies. It was sort of captured with a typical, or a similar like character in Matinee, and recently I saw Popcorn, which had a kind of throwback to a lot of his movies as well. So it's one that I'm, like I said, absolute no-brainer in picking this one up, because their sets are always well worth the money. And speaking of sets and movies in particular, one that I jumped on almost immediately, not because I'd seen it before, but because of the reputation that the movie has, and that is Night of the Demon. It's got a little slipcase on it there, but that's pretty much how it looks. And I've got to say, this is the most complete package of a movie I think I have ever seen in my entire life. The amount of wealth of extras and work that is going into this is just staggering. This was one of these movies that was announced, I think it was like 4,000 copies or 3,000 copies. It was selling so fast, they upped it to 6,000 copies. It was selling so fast again, they upped it to 10,000 copies. And I think people are struggling to get a hold of a copy just now. If you haven't picked this up, you really need to go looking for it as soon as possible. It is worth the money. It's a standout package. It's a standout disc. The movie, I enjoyed. Didn't love it straight away. You know, people seem to have this deep-seated love for it, so I was expecting more, but I did enjoy the movie, and I want to go back to it and give it another shot to see if it's going to get better. There is 4 cuts on this, on these discs. It's a double disc thing, so you get like you get 2 96-minute cuts and 2 82-minute cuts. From like a BFI restoration as well, you get I think it's called Curse of the Demon in the US, and that's one of the 82-minute cuts. And yes, you get 4 cuts in the movie over the 2 discs. Then you get the extras, which are just outstanding. Now, one of the ones that I went to straight away and I loved was Cloven in 2, and it was basically a video essay explaining the differences between the 96-minute cut and the 82-minute cut, what was removed and how it affected the movie, which was kind of staggering. You know, some of the things that they took out and some of the things that they changed, because it just seems that weird as to why they've done it, to get it down to that kind of runtime where they could double bill it with something else. And I will go and check out one of these versions next when I watch it. I want to watch them all to see if I notice too many of the differences. I think there's going to be a drastic difference between the 82-minute cut and the 96. And this was a movie that I think kind of feel was ahead of its time. There is one sort of tripping point for me, and I'm not sure whether I loved it or hated it. I'm not too sure, and that is the demon itself. I'll come to that at some point and make a proper decision. But I loved the real kind of story of men of science faced with a cult that they don't believe in, but there is tangibility there, there is something realistic there, and things start to happen. I don't want to tell you too much about it, but it's fantastic. Now this package, which I won't go into too much because I've got a separate video coming up where I really delve into everything that comes with it, is essential. This is something that's going to hold its value, it's something that's going to be able to sell on at a later price, so it's something that you can take a pop on. If you don't like, you'll be easily able to unload it and get at least your money back. It is ridiculous. Like I said, the most complete package of a movie I think I have ever seen in my collecting days, and that's saying something. So yeah, so glad to have this in the collection, so glad to give it another shot. It is indicator number 48, it took a while in coming out, and yeah, I'd love to know your opinion on the movie if you've seen it, especially the William Castle ones. If you've seen them, I'd love to know what's the best one, what's the worst, what would you go to straight away to get a sense of the guy, because I can't really remember too many of the movies. It's been so long since I've seen The Tingler and 13 Ghosts that there's some kind of like warped memory there that I'm not sure it's 100% right. So let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man vs Film.